Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping straight into something today that is honestly pretty wild. We've got a text fragment that's incredibly brief, but highly cryptic. Sometimes the most compelling mysteries aren't buried in massive volumes of data, but in tiny, isolated drops of information that just leave us with way more questions than answers. So let's unpack a true linguistic anomaly.
Take a look at this. What you're seeing here is the entirety of our source material. Yep, you heard that right. That's the whole thing. It is a microscopic artifact. And because we've got so little text to go on, we're really going to have to put on our cryptographer hats today. We have to analyze the structure, the vocabulary, and the repetition to figure out what on earth this document is actually telling us.
Deconstructing celestial scripts. Let's zoom in incredibly close on the exact phrasing here to understand what this document claims to be. Right off the bat, that word celestial, it immediately gives off this astronomical, otherworldly vibe, doesn't it? It sets the stage for something of grand, cosmic importance right from the very first syllable. We are definitely not dealing with someone's mundane grocery list here. This text is practically begging us to look up at the stars. But then, check out the very next word, scripts. Pairing celestial with scripts kind of grounds this whole otherworldly concept into something tangible, like a physical written record or an ancient document. It pulls the cosmos right down onto a page, implying that there is a creator, a record keeper, who's intentionally documenting the heavens by hand. And I just love this because it perfectly illustrates the massive gap between the grand cosmic promise of the title and the stark reality of what we actually have in front of us. We're promised these sweeping heavenly documents, but we're holding what amounts to a 10-word scrap. It's kind of like ordering the ultimate secrets of the universe and getting a sticky note in the mail. The contrast is super sharp and immediately sets up a profound feeling of missing information. The Zodiac Elm anomaly. Now let's see how this builds into the most perplexing part of our text. What's truly fascinating here is the specific, potentially corrupted spelling of Zodiac, and that completely detached LM right after it. Now, Zodiac looks like a typo or a truncation of zodiac, which totally tracks with our celestial theme, right? But what about the LM? Are those initials? Is it some sort of corrupted digital file extension that just got mashed into the text? It completely throws off the flow and introduces a massive element of the unknown. And notice how the excerpted body text gives us absolutely zero new information. It simply repeats that exact anomalous phrase from the title. You crack open this document expecting some profound, eye-opening first line, and instead, you just get an echo. So we have to ask, why does the excerpt only repeat the title? This structural irony makes you wonder, is this a very deliberate stylistic choice by the author to be mysterious? Or are we looking at a piece of severely corrupted data? Did there used to be a sprawling text here that suffered a massive digital glitch, wiping out everything but this strange, stuttering loop? The excerpt paradox. This brings us to the final and maybe most fascinating contradiction of this whole fragment. Think about what an excerpt actually is. By definition, it's supposed to be a small extract from a larger piece of writing. The very word excerpt acts as a promise. It tells the reader that there is a huge repository of context and information waiting just off-screen. So let's break down exactly what we're dealing with here. Number one, it claims to be an excerpt. Number two, it promises cosmic knowledge with celestial scripts. And number three, it ultimately delivers absolutely nothing but a frustrating closed loop of zodiac realm. It is basically a masterclass in building expectation and then instantly subverting it. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely crucial question to think about. How do we actually find meaning in corrupted or incomplete data? When we're faced with a linguistic anomaly like Zodiac LM, are we uncovering a profound mystery, or are we just staring at the fragmented ghosts of lost information? In our own digital age, where we deal with broken links and corrupted files every single day, we have to constantly ask ourselves if what we're reading is the true message or just the broken shell of a message that didn't quite survive the journey. Thanks for joining us for this explainer. Keep questioning what you read,